Good morning, everyone. This is a video I wanted to make about the Roland, the SP-404sx. Basically, I just want to talk about this device because I've been using it so much recently, and it's been really inspiring. I've had it for a while, but I never really delved into it as much as I would have liked to. But yeah, just like making beats, like on the 404 and kind of my process of it. It's not going to be anything groundbreaking, but I just thought I'd make a little video showcasing it because I kind of combined a few methods like the resample method, the pattern sequencer. I kind of combined them just a little bit and just kind of showing how I have the thing set up, maybe inspire you kind of in a DAW-less setup kind of way. Because just for me personally, like making, DAW based music, like stuff I'd make in FL Studio, has become just so uninspiring lately and become so like second nature to the point where like it's just not as fun anymore. So, but I've been having a ton of fun messing around with the 404, so I'm going to get into that right now. So basically the way that I have this set up is to where I can take this anywhere and be able to make beats, new beats on the fly. So basically the way I have it set up is banks A through E. So A, E, C, B, C, D, E. These are all just like beats, songs, things I'm currently kind of putting together. And then on the contrary, banks F through J are just like one-shot samples from the SD card, like drum samples. So the only thing I really use this SD card and like the wave converter for is, those one-shot samples that I have on banks, the F through J. So like we can look here, like on bank A, I just have like nothing actually on bank A. And then bank B, like, got some drums in there, little sample. Yeah. And basically the way I've set this up is to where all I need is the 404 with me and my phone. And if I have those two things, which, always have my phone on me. So as long as I have the 404 with me and, the line in chord, I'm basically able to go, I can make fresh beats on the fly. Incredible, I know. So I'm going to kind of just demonstrate that now. So let's go into banks F through J. So F, I'm pretty sure is just like kick drums. I'm going to turn it down because I think it's a little loud, but yeah, so just like all kick drums there on bank F. And then G, same idea, just a bunch of snares. H, I think, is claps. And then I is hats. And then J is just like random percussion, miscellaneous stuff. And with that, I can kind of just, have fun. And like I said, as long as I have the samples through my phone, which I just use like YouTube to find samples. Like you could do it totally OG and like just sample records and shit, but I don't know who's doing that these days, like practically, unless you're like already, the fucking Alchemist or some shit. But, and like another thing, I think I set this up to where like kicks 1 through 4 are like quote unquote hip hop kicks, and kicks 5 through 8 are like, I don't know, electronic house music stuff. But basically, I know the 404 is like super popular for making hip-hop, making lo-fi hip-hop, which is kind of a stereotype at this point. And like I'm going to make a hip-hop beat today, but, I think it's really fun to make like house music and electronic music on this. It's definitely underutilized in that aspect. So let's just get into it, I guess. So we'll just use bank A. So the first thing I'll do is just like find the kicks and the drums that I want to use. Well, actually, sometimes I'll find the sample first, but for this scenario, I'll show you what I do. So we're gonna be making this a hip hop beat. So let's just find a nice kick. That one's a little loud, but I like the kind of thumpiness of it. So we'll just function, copy, and it was this one. We'll copy it, and then we'll go back to pattern A, and we'll put it on 1. Record, and it's there. So now in bank A on 1, we have my kick. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Say like 70 is pretty good. 70, okay. 71, sure. So now we have our kick, and then let's grab a snare. I like that one. Function, same thing. Function copy 5, and we'll go back to A. Put it on 2. Record. And now we have our kick and snare there. I kind of want a shaker. I'm feeling a shaker today, so we'll go to J like that. Function copy that to A on 3. And then usually when I'm making hip hop, just like an MPC type thing, I'll usually just like take this, my hat or my perk or whatever, and I'll usually just drop the volume on it first because it's usually too loud. And then I'll just function copy it to the next pattern. So now you're the same thing. Take this one, turn it down even more, and then you can kind of get like a, you know, more of that like velocity, like MPC 16 steps type of beat. Okay, so we have our drums. You know, like I said, I'm not the best at finger drumming, so a lot of times I don't even try. But that being said, we can go ahead and, so now it's all just up to getting our sample and chopping it up. So for my phone here, I'll go ahead and load up a sample. And like I said, I just use YouTube, like straight up. So I have a sample that I found, just like a little jazzy guitar thing. So let's take a listen to it. Turn it up a little bit. Really lo-fi. And also usually when I record the samples in, I just throw the vinyl sim on it just because that's like classic 404 shit right there. Yeah, yes sir. You know, classic lo-fi stuff. That's what we like to do here. Okay, so let's go ahead and record that in. So I'm just going to turn the mic off for a second so we can get a clean sound. And a lot of people use like the auto trig to record. Personally, I don't, just because it like low-key never works the way I want it to. So I usually end up marking it anyway, so, you know, whatever. So I'll go ahead and record this and let's just see. Okay, so it starts after like 1 second. So we're going to go, so I'm going to turn the mic off and then record. We'll just put it on like pad 5. And yeah, so here we go. Okay, so that was probably enough. And like, just so you guys know, this is all live. Like, I found the sample before I started, but I haven't even thought about what I'm gonna do with it chop wise. So if this beat turns out fucking god awful, which it probably will, you know, it's just the name of the game. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So now we have our sample. First of all, didn't record it, so I'm gonna mark it real quick. And we can just truncate it real quick since we don't need that empty space at the beginning. So that'll be like my first chop. Or actually, it kind of has like a thumb. So we can get it on like the second part. Or maybe we'll just leave it actually. You know what? Maybe we'll just leave it. That second one. Yeah, and then this is like basic resample method stuff. So I'm basically just putting mark points where I want the next chop to be. We'll function copy it from here to here, record it, and then take the mark off of this one, and then we have, and then we can take this one, truncate that mark, so we can make a new mark for our third chop. Yeah, and like I'm holding the mic with one hand here, so I can't really like test out how this is gonna sound. That snare is a little too loud. Okay, so all right, let's find another chop. Right there. It kind of moves a lot, but we can try it out. Function copy that there, record. That could work. So let's just, well, let's do one more for safety. Oh, that was kind of cool. I missed it way late, but I guess I could, okay. So then we're going to use the start level, which this kind of requires two hands. So I'm going to put the mic down. and basically I'm just going to play with the start level to move that mark back. So I'm going to say that's good enough for me. So we'll go ahead and truncate that. And so there's 4 chops. I mean, and we can just kind of play them really however we want. And that's just kind of going to be dependent on, you know, the BPM and what I want my drum groove to be essentially. But from here, we can pretty much start crafting a basic beat. So I'll go into the pattern sequencer, and we'll record a new pattern. I don't know what these two are, but that's way too loud. And we'll just go ahead and record. What are we feeling? BPM 90. I'm going to go like a little slower, maybe like 83. I don't know. Y'all ever just pick like a random ass number? Like that's in the range, like everyone's like 90, 95, 100, 80, 85. That's like by fives for like DJs or whatever. I just be putting that shit in them. I don't care. Turn that down a little bit more. So we'll go like 83. And we can like, so now it'll start recording. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that because we still need quantize. I usually do quantize 16 shuffle 16, and I put the shuffle at about like 60 or so, just so we have a little bit of swing. But I do like quantizing the beats a little bit. I know that's like so sinful to say, but it is what it is. I think it helps a little bit, especially if you're not great at, you know, finger drumming like I am. So anyways, we're gonna put this into rehearse mode. So we'll just like try and come up with a little pattern here. on second thought, I'm actually going to put the drums first. So, what are we feeling? Let's just try something. Let's just try something. So then that's recorded in. I like it. It's, you know, simple, but then we'll add our shakers in. I'm trying to think which one. Okay. Okay. So a simple beat here. So we can go ahead and turn the metronome off now. So now we have like a simple beat, and we'll go back into rehearse mode. And now we can try and find a groove with our sample. I got it. That was like such a good one the first time. I don't even remember what I did. Let's try that again. What the fuck did I even do? Hold on. That doesn't sound right. Let's do like a... I like that. That's pretty simple. Just using this one as like a little passing note. So go ahead and record that in. I fucked it up. Okay, so we're going to have to delete these now. So we'll just erase. Well, it's going to kind of need two hands, but... Alright. Let's try that again. So, like I said, really simple, but I mean, now we have essentially a pattern that we can kind of play around with a little bit more. In fact, I might even bring this BPM up a little bit. It feels kind of like tribe. It feels a little tribey right now, a little Tribe Called Quest. Okay. Sick, cool. So from there, you know, now that we have our basic, so that's going to be pattern 1 now. And I mean, now we can really just like mess with it, you know. Let's turn all these on real quick. And the one thing that I think really makes these 404 beats is man, that compressor. The 404 compressor is crazy, and you'll see once I okay, like that, get a little feedback going. We're gonna turn that off. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. So now we have our compressor on, and we can put the level like it's gonna be pretty loud. Tack down, sustain up, and now we can go back in and play it, and it'll knock way harder. Okay, so now we basically have a beat, and that's the first part of it. So what we can do now is basically we're going to add a bass line using the subsonic. I don't know if you guys ever use this, but it's pretty crazy in my opinion. So we're gonna go take all this shit off, and we're gonna use the subsonic. And essentially what the subsonic does, it just produces like a sine tone. And you just find one that kind of matches with the sample that you have in terms of pitch. So let me do that real quick. So I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but I think it's close enough for what I'm trying to go for. So so now what we can do is just put the balance all the way up. So it's just the sine tone. Check, check. Okay, so now we basically just have right here. And we can put gate on it. And then we can put that in our pattern as well. So go back to pattern 1. Hold on, we'll actually record pattern. Pattern select record 1. Record. And now I can add this in. We'll rehearse it real quick. Yeah, I like that. I don't actually like it when it like always hits on the kick drum, which is a really common thing to do, so it's cool. Put it in. Not digging it anymore actually. Okay, let's try now. Yeah, and then that's pretty much good to go. And then actually I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's a little loud. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. And now can go all these and put our compressor back on. And go to pattern select. And then another thing you can do is go into your pattern, do function copy. This one right here, record. Yeah, and then you can go to this one, or cancel, record on this one, record, and then just erase your kick its bass. And then you can cancel, and now you have one with the bass, so you can have a little breakdown section if you wanted. Yeah, and you can do that with like anything. The possibilities are really endless. Like you could go back in, function copy, and make a whole new chop and have like a bridge section. And I think the pattern sequencer, really what I'm trying to get at here, is just super underrated. And I think more people should use it because it gets a ton of flack for the quantization and everything. And like, yeah, it's probably not as, loose and Dilla-esque as you could make it, but it's, I think it's fine. It works. It's fun to do. So yeah, this video is probably going on for a little too long now, if I do say so myself. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and call that. The one thing that I've been trying really hard to figure out recently, so if anyone has any way they can help me with this, is how the fuck could I resample a pattern? Because essentially what I've been doing is going into, the pattern and then like resampling this out into FL Studio into your DAW, throwing it back in so you have the compressed sequence loop on a pad that I could just hit, make a new pattern where that's the only thing I hit, and that way you can have the MFX and the DJ effects looper at the same time for like live performance shit, which is cool, but it never really works perfectly, because when you have like a perfect loop and then you go into the pattern sequencer, and even if it's a perfect loop, it'll always like cut it off at the beginning because it's like trying to loop, and then it'll come back around the second time. It's really weird. Haven't found a solution to it. If I do, I'll keep it posted. If anyone knows, let me know. But yeah, guys, that's a little video I'd like to make today on the 404. So remember to keep making music, keep being cool, and drink green tea. Alright, see you guys later, I guess. I don't know.